Hi guys, Kevin here. Today I'm going to show you how to make my mother's amazing pumpkin bread. It's a scandalous treat that you can toast and butter for breakfast or just serve as is for afternoon tea or dessert. It makes great croutons too. I'll step behind the camera so we can get started on this great recipe. First up, heat your oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 165 degrees Celsius. Then grease a couple of loaf pans. These are 8.5 inches long by 4.5 inches wide. And for added anti-sticking insurance, place some cutout pieces of parchment paper in the bottom. On to the dry ingredients. Put 2 cups of flour in a medium bowl. Then add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Also add 3 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. 1, 2, 3. And then whisk everything together. Oh, and I wanted to show you the pumpkin pie spice. You should be able to find this. I hope you can see it. You should be able to find this in any supermarket. Anyway, whisk violently. You want to combine these ingredients really well. Next up, the wet ingredients. So into the mixing bowl goes 1.5 sticks of butter, and the butter needs to be thoroughly softened. I left mine out overnight, and it's so chilly in this house that even after 12 hours, it still wasn't soft enough. So I popped the butter into the microwave for about 5 seconds. Cream the butter at medium speed for about 30 seconds or until it starts to turn fluffy. Then add 2 whole honking cups of regular granulated sugar. Obviously, this is a very healthy bread. Okay, this is looking good. So let's scrape down the bowl. It's always an important step whenever you are making such a batter. And this looks really good. So I'm going to turn the machine onto medium again and then add 2 large eggs and beat those in. Then beat in a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. I'm so old, I don't have to measure my vanilla. And finally, beat in 1 15-ounce can of pure pumpkin puree. And I'm using Libby's pumpkin puree because I happen to like it. And in it goes! And we watch our yellow mixture turn bright orange. And that's mixed. So next, we add the dry ingredients. And I'm going to use a quarter cup measure to add the dry ingredients bit by bit. Again, this is at low speed. Well, I won't make you watch me add all of the dry ingredients, so I'll come back in just a moment. Okay, dry ingredients are incorporated. I'm probably going to lick this beater. The batter is really delicious. So divide the batter between the two pans. And to do this, I'm going to do 1 scoop in one pan, and then 1 scoop in another. And hopefully we will get this approximately the same amount in each pan. We don't have to be terribly exact. And I should tell you that my mother used to make this pumpkin bread every autumn when I was a kid. And I loved it so much that I always ate way too much of it. So I think you are going to love it too, if only you will give it a try. Okay, get that in there. Sorry, I'm using my fingers. And then smooth out the bread so it, or manipulate the bread with your spatula so that it gets into the corners, and then smooth the top a little bit. Again, you don't aim for perfection. The bread's going to be wonderful no matter how it sits in the pan. And we are ready. These, again, go into the preheated 325-degree oven, and they generally take about 65 minutes to cook or to bake. So I will come back when they are all done. Okay, the bread is out of the oven, and I have to say, my whole house smells like pumpkin spice. I love it. I've let the bread cool for 15 minutes on a wire rack, and so now it's time to unmold it. Now, since I used the parchment paper, ooh, pan is hot, the bread will unmold very, very easily. Actually, it will probably unmold without a hitch, even if you don't use the parchment. And I'll come down so you can see me. I really wish that we could cut into this bread right now, but there's still steam coming off of it, so we have to let the bread cool to room temperature. So I'll be back in about an hour. The bread has cooled and it's really easy to slice now. And again, you could toast these slices and butter them for breakfast. I'm going to have a taste right now. This is the pumpkin bread of my youth. It is so delicious. You really have to give it a try. And I hope you will try it. I also hope you will give this recipe a nice big thumbs up. And I hope you'll subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm sure hoping for a lot of things. And I hope you'll post a comment below. I do read all of the comments, even if I don't have time to answer them. And as far as the second loaf that I made, I'm going to wrap that in plastic and pop it in the freezer and save it for a rainy day. Or maybe I'll give it as a host or hostess gift the next time we get invited out to dinner. Oh, let's be honest, I'm just going to eat that loaf. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.